Connecting with other YouTubers in this space is something that I want to do more often. I recently just had a chat with Ameer Hussain, and the interview's coming up. I've got a link to his channel down below. He's got a great channel and he's doing good things in the space. So this is a kind of just a candid chat about him, what he's doing, what he's looking at, his strategy when it comes to NFTs, because I feel like this kind of content is valuable to fans of himself, but also fans of me, because you get to see us kind of talking about things in a more casual aspect instead of like the polished aspect when it comes to these types of videos. Also, before I go on, if you could hit up that like button, it'll really help out with the YouTube algorithm. If you really like the idea of me kind of doing some interviews with other NFT YouTubers, jump into their Twitter, jump into their comments and say, hey, do an interview with Nate, and then we can line something up. And then you can also give me some questions that I can then ask them to kind of get the information that you want out of the people that you follow. Let's get into the interview. Ameer, thanks for joining me. How you going?
What's up, man? How are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's a little bit early here, but that's how it is. So, bro, tell me about yourself. How old are you? Where are you from? How'd you get into the space? Just so people can have a little bit of context about you.
Yeah. Cool. So my name is Ameer Hussain. I have a YouTube channel. I'm a little bit like of an NFT influencer, and I got into this space a while ago, but I actually fully got into this space around August. So I actually first got into the NFT space by buying what are they called? The crypto kitties. I bought that one, I think, all the way back in January or February time. I was playing on the Coinbase wallet and somehow bought a crypto kitty. I don't know how I got it, but all I recall was the gas fees were like the same price as the crypto kitty, like $30, $40. So it was my first experience buying an NFT, but I didn't understand what it was. So down the line, I'm in crypto all the time, buying, trading, doing swing trades. And then all of a sudden I come across NFTs, like the whole craze. And I saw it for like a few weeks, didn't say anything. And then one day someone came in my office where I used to work at an office building. Someone came in the office, was talking about NFTs. I got interested because he was saying he was making all this money super fast. So I told him, tell me everything. I'm going to go home and start this. He was talking to me for like 20 minutes. I was writing down on a paper everything. I was like, yo, like what is this? This is so interesting. So I went home, searched up everything he told me, searched up everything, researched everything, was up all night. Next day, bought my second NFT, but it felt like my first because that was my first real experience of buying an NFT off OpenSea. 18 years old, so this was like my first experience. I'm still really, still really young in this space, but I'm able to move, decent amount of capital and all that stuff. So I'm able to make myself. I'm able to come out with nicer profits than usual. Even if I were to make like only a 50% gain, if I'm putting more capital, I'm able to bring out more profit too. So that's how I'm able to build this. And at this point, within the first month and a half of trading NFTs, I was able to generate about like 100,000 US dollars off of almost only $400 to start off with. So pretty crazy. And then now I have my own alpha group, subscription. And then I have my project coming up, and then I'm advising a few other projects. So overall, it's just really, really crazy where I came from, about like $400. And my past job, I was working at the office job, was making six figures, but it wasn't as fun as this. Obviously, this is, you're your own boss. You get to have fun. You get to stay up all night. You can wake up anytime you want. So this is definitely, you can agree too. This is one of the most fun things to do out here. And I want to hear your own take on how you got started also.
Well, I remember back in 2013, my friend's like, hey, there's this thing called Bitcoin. And it's like, you literally need to like almost like mail some funds to some dude somewhere. It was just like hell sketchy. And then eventually it's kind of like saw that run up. When I saw Bitcoin get to $1,000, I was like, it could never get any higher than this. This is ridiculous. This is insane. Put some money in, then kind of it dropped back down and we thought it was over and dead. And then it kind of does another run up. And at that point, we're like, it's never going to run up again. And eventually it kind of got to a point where it's like, you know what, maybe it's worth putting some money into it. And it's one of those things where it's like being older, because I'm 32, being older and seeing this play out, it's like, bro, 18, you're so young, you've got so much time. And it's like, you're okay to kind of put some money into it and hold it and just let it run up. And then in terms of NFTs, in February, March, I was on my way back from a weekend away with the boys. And one of my guys like, hey bro, have you heard of NFTs? I'm like, wait, what is it? And he starts showing me, and he was deep in VV. So I jumped into that and made some purchases, and I was like one of the sort of in the first sort of 10 or 15,000 people in that kind of space. So anything that you bought, you were able to get stuff wasn't selling out straight away. You were able to just buy anything you want. And I was like, oh, okay. Then eventually the momentum sort of kicked in, and then kind of dabbling into other NFTs, which then got around to sort of like ETH NFTs and things like that. And I'd say I've been in this space for around sort of that 3 months, 3.5 months, that kind of thing. So I've been in it and I knew about it, but I haven't been in it fully. And the thing about the YouTube channel is that's less about a YouTube channel for kind of trying to make it big on YouTube or in NFTs. It's almost like a video vlog, so I can look back on it and see what I've learned myself. Because by doing that, you hold yourself accountable and you start to kind of make some moves. And this is where it comes down to like what my plan is with this sort of my collection, is that I'm waiting for ETH to hit 5K before I do certain purchases and certain things, because I've learned my mistakes over the years with other investments, just getting in and out and like just jumping in and out really fast. If you talk to some OGs that are in like sort of trading and crypto spaces, they've got rules. They set up a rule for like stop loss rules when they're going to enter a project, when they're going to like exit a project. They've got hard and fast rules, and I'm starting to take that approach with it. So I was like, I'm so pissed that we're kind of getting into like that ape season. I was like literally looking at mutant apes and I'm like, I'm going to get one. It's going to happen. When ETH hits 5K, I'm going to pull out some money. I'm going to put it in here. I literally like set that rule, and it's hard, but it's like, I'm not going to kick myself, because if I follow the rules, I'm never going to be angry at myself, but I'm going to be angry if I YOLO in and then lose some money. So even though like, look, I know I'm going to be around for another sort of 40 or 50 years, when you've got some of these OG projects from back at this time, it doesn't matter what you've got. People are going to think that you're just Nostradamus, that you're going to see something that no one else saw. And when you talk about it, even like sort of people that are in sort of the crypto space, they look at NFTs like you're crazy. And people look at people that are in crypto like they're crazy. So we're like ultra crazy when it comes down to this space, which is nuts.
I was about to do the same thing as you when ETH ran up a little bit. You know, I'm sitting really heavy on cash right now, like extremely heavy. Took out everything out of all my altcoins and coins. I got that ENS drop, converted everything, went to US dollars, US dollar coin. And I was like ready to buy that mutant ape, also ready to buy some more Doge pound.
Yeah.
But that had to happen. But that's really good news. Actually, it's a great opportunity for everyone else. And I hope people came out with some profits and stuff. But
100%.
I was very curious, right? Because I've seen your YouTube channel before, and that's why I reached out to you. For everyone watching, I actually reached out to him like a while back, maybe like a month ago, or I don't know. But I reached out, said what's up, got him in a group chat with me with a few other influencers. We're just chatting up, and I'm just curious, what is your favorite Bluechip NFT projects? If you were to pick 3, and then also what are like some projects you might be looking into in like the next few weeks?
So look, I think most people would say I love Bored Ape Yacht Club mainly for the flex that you have, because I feel like it's started to transcend what NFTs are. I'm a big fan of squiggles, and I think it's one of those things that if you fast forward 40 or 50 years, what's someone going to have on their wall? What does high art, fine art look like on the walls of like the sort of the billionaires? It's not really an ape. It's kind of something that looks abstract. It's something that they can sit around drinking wine and just sort of say it looks like the universe or something like that. Like it's one of those like abstract kind of things. I would also say, and this might be like a curveball, I'd say it's a VeeFriends, because I think that having access to Gary Vee, who's really going to kind of, he's been blowing up for ages, but in the NFT space, when it really kicks off and people start to really click, being able to have access to him and do that, that's going to be a flex in itself. I think if he gets to, like if he ever got to like Elon type status with calls and things and just moving hard, imagine having that token that can give you access, or that's part of his club. So that's like, it's less for the art, it's more for that utility. In terms of projects that are kind of bubbling under the ground that I'm looking at, it's hard because at the moment there's so much crap in the system that you look at something and I feel like you need to take 3 or 4 days to like research it to realize if it's actually good or not. And it's like nothing's actually kind of really exciting me too much, which is like sad, because you jump on Twitter, you look at something and go, okay, cool, that looks all right. Oh, actually, no, it's bad. Like I haven't found anything that I'm super pumped on or super excited on, which isn't good. And I guess this leads to a good point, is like with you creating your project, has it come from that place of knowing what you want as a collector and a creator and like sort of someone in the space, and not just someone trying to take money like those Fiverr drops that you see.
Yeah. So what I've been doing with my project, like how it came about, right? By the way, for everyone that doesn't know, it's called Dark Echelon. You guys can go check out the Twitter or whatever, Dark Echelon. What this is, it's basically like a launch pad slash incubator for upcoming projects. And I'm really gearing towards trying to stay within gaming, NFTs, gaming, crypto. So I want to partner up with gaming projects. And what comes behind me is I know exactly what it takes to run like a successful NFT project. I've seen the patterns. I've seen what's been, what makes an NFT project floor go up. I've seen what makes a community stick together. And I've also taken a different approach on whitelist too, the way whitelisting works with projects. A lot of people are tired of working for whitelist. So I made it really easy actually to get the whitelist for the project. So I think that's going to bring a lot of new people that would never even get into my project to get into my project and actually take time to discover. And this is something a lot of people haven't done, but I've taken a completely different approach on how I'm going to be launching this project, how I'm going to be giving out whitelist. And with me, I know that a shorter supply is common sense, more demand, right? So I've created a good amount of demand, and I know, right? I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm guarantee you price go up, floor price. I'm not focused on floor price. I just know with the things I'm taking into place, what I'm implementing into this project, under promising, having the launch pad, which is obviously a great seller point for any project. I know what the floor price will do, but the only thing is I just don't want to speak about it because that's something that a founder should not be speaking about or be thinking about too much. But one thing I do want to do is give back to the people. So whoever is coming to flip, I'm not discouraging flipping my project. I'm saying go ahead, but once you flip it, you're going to regret it because you could have had this utility that's coming up. And I am advising projects coming up. So there's some cool ass projects that are not even in the public yet that I've been speaking to, that I've been helping work together launch. I've never taken a paid promo ever. Cool fact. I know a lot of us don't take any paid promos with the YouTubers, but I know some do, which is because they're not announcing that they are, and that's illegal. But I have had this one contract with a team. The project's not released, but I'm going to be taking about, I think it's 15% of their royalties. So that's not announced yet, but what I'm doing is basically incubating projects with myself, and I'm going to be launching them through Dark Echelon. So I know how to find the right projects. Again, I think you have a million projects that hit you up every week.
Yeah.
On email, they go text my freaking my pet dog. They'll email my pet dog. Like they'll literally figure out a way to find you, find your family. They message me everywhere, and I'm like, yo, don't talk to me. I don't do paid promos. I've been incubating projects. I've been working with teams. It's all behind the scenes. So this is what I'm going to be doing with Dark Echelon. This is why I created this project. And am I in it for the money? Yeah. Am I lying? Like what the hell? Like I'm 18. Of course I want the money, but at the same time I understand what it takes to build a good project. So people that are holding this can experience floor price increases, great utility down the line. And the goal here is under promising because I've seen with other projects when they have a great roadmap, right? But they're under promising. Like they only have one big headline. It's not like, oh, we're going to be a DAO, we're going to be a launch pad, we're going to be giving you cookies that night, like all that, right? I'm not doing that. We're going to be a launch pad and we're going to be like having great alpha content in here. That's it. That's good, right? Now down the line, if I were to want to add any new utility, if I were to want to add something else, now that's going to be great news for my project. That's exposure. That's new buyers that want to come in because they see, wow, there's a lot of new things they're adding. They're adding as they go. So that's how you increase as you go. I think you know yourself, all these projects that are cash grabs, their goal is to put everything possible, every buying point, and expecting people to come in that are stupid. Like I have a friend, he's my age. He's new to NFTs and he's buying into projects because he thinks they look cool or because he thinks that they have good utility, but he doesn't understand. They're just cash grabs.
You don't want to see all of these utilities and promises. People say, hey, there's staking, but they don't tell you what the staking actually does. They just put the word staking in there. They use the word passive income and they don't say how it works or what it does. They literally throw in these words to get these new people in, and new people get sucked in, they lose their money, and then they're salty and hate the space when it was just the scammers out here kind of just trying to do that. And that's the thing, if I was ever going to create the project, I'm going to be creating it from a position of, if I was to buy into a project, what do I want to do? How do I want to engage with it? How do I want to interact with it? Because sure, I want to make some money, but the other part that I hate so much with projects is like, I don't want to be jumping in and have to spend 3 hours a day in someone's Discord, like just trying to grind or do stuff. When it comes down to it, like you're busy, I'm busy. No one's got time to sit in a Discord for 10 hours over a week long period to try to grind up a level to get onto a whitelist to try to blast out some tweets or something. Like the best way you can kind of have a project is let the community just be an advocate for it without forcing them to be an advocate for it. And it sucks that there's so many sort of projects out there that want to try to get people or just suck these new guys in and go, hey, we're going to have a 5 ETH floor, just make sure you retweet this and do this, when they think that that's how it works, but it doesn't realize that they're just lining the pockets of these creators, because these people are just sort of sucked in. They invest time, energy, and money, and it's just no good.
So I went to NFT NYC. Gary Vee was there. Gary Vee opened up my mind a lot about a lot of things. I went along with one of my business partners, and we were just speaking to a lot of founders. I even got the opportunity to speak to the founder of Alethea AI, the INFT founder. Great guy. He might even hop on for an AMA on one of my groups, but really cool guy, right? And what I learned is that there's actually not a lot of people in the NFT space that have the business mentality, that understand what it takes to make a project work. And that's because a lot of these founders of projects are on the development side, they're on the communication side, they're not actually doing what we're doing. They're not degens. They were never degens. They're businessmen, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. But a successful NFT project founder is, in my opinion, has to be a degen and a business guy. And for a lot of projects, that's not the case, and they have other people do it for them. But if you're leading a project, if you're leading a business, you have to actually be in the thing yourself to understand and fully evaluate what you need to change, what you need to do here and there and there. Some of the artists spoke at NFT NYC. I could say messed up, but they're brainless. A lot of the founders spoke, brainless. A lot of co-CEOs, all this stuff, brainless. And they were saying so much trash, I was going to cry. One or two people that spoke on one of the days that really blew my mind, and that is going to be extremely successful in the NFT space, which you said earlier, Gary Vee. Insane amount of common knowledge, common sense about what's going on in the space. He's a degen in the space. He is a project owner in the space. So I'm extremely bullish on VeeFriends also, as you said. That's going to be an insane project, and he has all the connections in the world to every celebrity.
The one thing that I kind of want to say, and it's like I feel like if anyone's watching this who does have a project, the best thing you could do is do what we're doing. Jump on YouTube, make yourself a channel, make yourself a personality. People just want to run off a project and that's it, gone. If you put in the effort and if you're working out at the gym, putting in this time in the NFT space, people will follow you, and then you'll be able to have a project that actually does do well and does sell out, and you'll know what it is. I know people that want to get into the NFT space that think NFTs are scams, but they want to come in to try to scam people because they think, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I'm like, bro, that's not the right attitude. You're never going to win. Oh, but I can draw a rock. My toddler can do this. Okay, bro, can you do a smart contract? Do you know how to build an interface into like Web3? No, exactly. It's not about the art. It's about everything else behind it. Put the effort in, do this, and then you'll actually kind of get information and you'll build up that audience. And then you don't have to hit up sort of poor dudes like us because, yeah, every single day, Twitter, you wake up and it's just sort of DM after DM after DM, and they're all the same project. It's just animal with a trait, throw in one of those kind of staking, and that's it. And they think it's going to be the next best thing. But it's like, bro, if you've been in the space and you see it, you've seen it all before.
We've seen it all. And also to add on to that, with the outside of the NFT space, people that are skeptical, people that don't know what's going on. My girlfriend, I got her into NFTs. She made a TikTok account for NFTs. She was posting NFT videos. The first video she ever posted got like 1.5 million views. She made a video about like, I think it was Bored Ape. She's like, people can buy these Bored Apes for this much money. What I saw in the comment space was, oh, right click safe, oh, scam, oh, trash, oh, this. And these are the people who are moving the social media space. These are the people who are going to be able to push projects. And right now, the younger audience, and especially women control the media, women control social media. Once we get more women and children and younger people integrated in the space, it's going to go crazier and crazier. And I'm actually so happy that people think it's a scam. I'm actually so happy people think it's just right click save. So this is actually super bullish for me and what I think is going to happen in the NFT space, because when we see people that are such haters and skeptical about what's happening in the space and they don't understand, That's a really good thing. Once those people, once their mindset goes like this, it flips the switch. It's gonna, it's gonna go places we've never seen. There's so many people in
Mm.
crypto. Barely any of them are in NFTs. And we just saw the Coinbase, the actual Coinbase app, not the Coinbase wallet. So it's like a social media platform, and it's gonna go crazy. And they're even partnering up with some projects on OpenSea, and they're gonna probably partner up with Immutable X. I'm guessing. I hope so. Like Vive is partnering with OpenSea.
Yeah.
Like Vive's partnering with Immutable X and
Minimal
like
leg.
all that Disney integrations and all that stuff. So it's so early. Like, what's your take on that?
Yeah, so it's like I feel like there needs to be these few little catalysts. There needs to be like you do have the people changing their profile picture to a Bored Ape, but it's like what you need is you need Drake to buy a VV Batman and post that next to his Lambo, and people go, "Oh, damn, that's real." I'm hoping that Coinbase has some integrations that are so clean and so crisp and so easy, so that people move into it. Because I had a friend, he literally saw a video that I did, joined the Discord of that project, then got a DM thinking it was from the official thing, went to their website. He didn't know how to connect his MetaMask wallet to actually buy it. And he goes, I tried to buy it, but I couldn't put in my credit card details. I'm like, bro, it's a scam. Don't do it. And you can't buy it with a credit card. Like we're still, and this dude's like, he's tech savvy. He doesn't know. When it's so seamless, that's when it'll just open the floodgates. And I feel like we're getting really close to it being seamless. And when it does hit that, then it's game over, because you want someone to be able to be on their phone, buy some crypto or something, buy an NFT, be able to kind of go change my Instagram profile picture to that NFT easy, and then have that verified, and people go, oh, damn, that's real. Because then the right click save people are not going to have a chance, because it's like, oh, I've got that. It's like, it's not verified, it's not real. And then at that point, it's going to be bad to not have a profile picture that isn't an NFT, which means that people are then going to need to buy them. And when you end up with an easy integration across the board, man, that's it. It's game over. And I feel like it's getting close. And realistically, I think it's about 6 months away until we kind of really see it kind of happen, because it'll happen. And then we still need that one catalyst or that one event for it to kind of really move forward.
I totally agree. It is so hard for any normal person, even if you're in crypto. It is so hard to set up your MetaMask, know how to buy an NFT, understand what a gas fee is, understand what these transaction fees are and why they happen, the block time, how long it takes for the NFT to actually get in your wallet. All these things to understand are so hard. You have to know about crypto too before you even get into NFTs to like make it a little more like understandable. So it is so hard to actually buy an NFT if you don't know anything about crypto, or even if you know about crypto, it's still hard to buy an NFT if you're new to it or if it's your first time. So you're completely correct with, we need that seamless integration. We need a click of a button to buy, and that's it. Even with your credit card, and they can make it to where like, it somehow ends up being with Ethereum, but you're just paying with your credit card. So we just need it to be easier. You're completely right. And I agree too with the thing you said with Drake. I saw this somewhere. If someone like Drake were to buy an NFT, just like the other day, like Jimmy Fallon, I don't know if
Yeah.
that started the Bored Ape bull run. Might have not. And even Post Malone. That was yesterday, I think. So once Drake, I'm not talking about like he gets sponsored gift. We need Drake to actually buy the NFT himself and like post it on his story, be like, yo, I just bought this dope ass NFT. So once that happens, then maybe we can see. And I also agree again with that 6 month time period. I think it's around that range. And uh, once since we ever started in the NFT space, you cannot say there's been one improvement in anything within transactions, within buying or selling. It's all been the same. It's actually gotten worse because the gas fees are just going higher and higher. So even with Immutable X, it's the most impossible thing for any normal person to understand how the hell to use that. That's why there's barely any wallets on Immutable X, and even Solana too. Like people don't understand Solana NFTs. People don't understand Cardano NFTs. It's so hard. No one can do this without being going all night, all day, learning about this, and then buying your first NFT. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up the video. Thank you so much to Nate. Thank you for bringing me on, man. He's gonna leave my socials down below, and then also my upcoming project called Dark Echelon, which is releasing on November 18th, and then November 19th, the public sale. You guys go check that out. Nate, thank you so much, man. I appreciate all of the
Thanks to me.
help and all this stuff. Thank you so much, man.
All good. Have a good one. Talk to you later.
You too, man.